Welcome to our new episode, and this episode will be a little bit different.
Yeah, we got so many questions from you guys asking what we packed for full-time travel and where we store it.
Yeah, and if you would have asked us 6 months ago, it would be impossible for us to actually give you the right answer. So we waited 6 months, living on the road full-time, and we believe that we actually now know what you actually need to travel around Australia.
Yeah, so this video will show you what we need or what you need to travel full-time and where we stored it in our Tommy.
A few years ago, we moved from Belgium to the other side of the world. My name is Wim, and together with my wife Sam, we made it our mission to discover the most beautiful and remote places that Australia has to offer. Zero experience, but full of ambition. Welcome to Bush and Bay.
Let's talk about what we actually store in all of our toolboxes. And it honestly took us quite a while to find the perfect combination, because in the beginning we started storing a lot of heavy tools here, which actually wasn't the best idea, because whenever this ladder is down, you can't really access it very easily. So that's why it became annoying. So now we swapped everything, and this is actually a better way of doing it. So for example, our floor mat is sitting here now. Before that, it was sitting inside in our Tommy. But a lot of times, when you pack up camp, there's a lot of little ants sitting on your floor mat. And you don't want ants in your Tommy camper, to be honest. And that only took us one time to realize this is a better way. Together with mug mats, they get dirty, they get wet, so you definitely want to store them outside of the Tommy. Recovery gear, your pegs that hold down the awning, a shovel, axe, saw, a lot of gear that you want accessible real quick, like for example your recovery gear. Makes it really easy to grab it outside this drawer whenever you get stuck in the sand, same with the shovel. Another really good one is our dirty gear bag. This is a game changer and we can only recommend this. You don't want to store your bin inside the Tommy or inside the car. So yeah, you keep your smelly bin outside, and together with some empty bottles, you can keep them on the side here. So definitely something that we can recommend. In our 4 toolboxes in our tray, we keep an air compressor. You'll inflate and deflate so much more, and you need it when you're traveling around Australia. You need an air compressor, believe me. The front little toolbox has some cleaning products, some water tap attachments, and you need a few because you'll lose some or you forget some, together with our awning straps. On the right side, we have a 15 amp 20 meter, I believe, power extension cord, and that fits in just one box, and that's enough. In our larger toolbox in the back, we keep our water hose, a 20 meter water hose, but also after a while we figured out that drinking water, while it is treated and it is drinking water, it actually a lot of times tastes very weird. So that's why we bought an extra water filter, which gives us sort of peace of mind whenever we are refilling our water tanks, that it is quality water.
All right, so let's have a look at our kitchen setup and how we packed everything for full-time travel. Under the fridge we have a slide-out drawer where we keep our kitchen utensils and cutlery. It's perfect whenever we're cooking outside and we just can grab whatever we need. At the top we have these plastic storage boxes from Tommy Campers where we store things like herbs, oils, dressings. It keeps everything organized and it stops things from falling over while we're driving. On the next shelf, next to our travel buddy camp oven, we have those 2 big plastic containers where we keep things like sugar, yeast, flour, and dried good like rice. Our plates fit perfectly above it, which is ideal. This is also where I keep my kitchen scale, and above it you can see in the black bag is where I keep my cooking pots. Down here we've got our coffee maker, a coffee grinder, and some cups. We also travel with ceramic cups, but we keep them in stubby holders just so they don't break. We also bought a toasty maker, which has been a game changer for quick and easy lunches. And it has also become our best friend when cooking on windy days. So we grilled hamburgers, skewers and other meats in there. And it actually has been pretty good. We also keep some dry foods like pasta and noodles right here, and canned foods like beans, chickpeas, pesto. But we also keep a separate bag inside of the car when we stock up on bread, wraps, chips and other nibbles. We also got these foldable bowls and a strainer, which is perfect when you're limited in space. And underneath I mostly keep my onions and garlic. On the bottom shelf we have some containers where we keep herbs that come in those little bags, coffee and tea. And most of the containers are empty because we use them whenever we have leftovers, so they will most likely end up in the fridge. I also have some bowls here, which I use for salads or dough whenever I'm baking bread. And lastly, this is where we keep our cooking stove, which runs on gas, and a jet bowl to boil eggs, pasta or water for tea. I would still recommend getting an induction cooking stove, especially for those windy days. It has everything we need to go off-grid for a few weeks, and it works perfectly for the way we travel.
Let's have a look with what we actually store on this side of our Tommy camper. Let's start with our portable toilet and our baby Weber. They actually fit perfectly underneath our little bench. And then we keep some small gear that you sort of use not every day, but that you want easy accessible, like WD-40 or some fishing gear, screwdrivers, a knife. It's very easy and accessible, so that's a good one. Our table and chairs, they actually fit right in front of this. So very easy to grab whenever you want to set up camp really quick. Then we have our fishing rods just here. We bought 2 plastic boxes. The top one we have our diving gear, and then we have our fire pit from Osprey that sits in there as well, and then we have Sam's little floaty. So basically stuff that is dirty or that can get wet sitting in a plastic box, fully sealed. And then the bottom one, we actually store all of our tools. So chainsaw, drill driver, sockets, whatever tools that I have, they're all sitting in here. So if you have an issue with whatever you're doing, just grab the box and you straight away have all your tools that you actually need. Hammock sits here together with our battery booster, some jumping leads. So again, easy accessible right in front of the rear axle. All heavy stuff, which makes that weight distribution good as well. A question we get asked a lot is, what do we actually store in the back of our car? And it's not that much. It's basically our stand-up paddleboard, some rain jackets, our Dutch oven, some beach towels, normal towels, and some yoga mats. So it's not that much. Oh yeah, and our fins, our snorkeling fins. So that's it. So we can still pick up friends or take friends with us if we go camping.
So let's finish with the inside of our Tommy. We keep all of our clothes in the big drawer underneath the bed. It's super easy to access and it keeps everything nice and organized. Underneath the bed we have a big storage box where we keep our winter clothes and another box for shoes. In the corner we have a little basket where we throw in things like head torches, card games, phone chargers, just all those little bits and pieces that you want to have easy access to. We really hope a video like this is valuable. I think it took us almost 6 months to figure out what we need, where everything goes. We bought new things, we sold a few things, but I think what we have right now is exactly what we need for full-time travel and to continue our journey around Australia. So please like and subscribe if this is the kind of videos that you would like to see, and we'll see you on the road.